Caught my girlfriend grinding on random guys during her girl's trip. So I boxed up her stuff, changed my status to single, went on 3 dates, saved the screenshots and doorbell camera footage, had her trespassed after she broke in and kept the warning active. "You're listening to AF Tales." She said, "I'm going to Vegas with the girls. No boyfriends allowed." Then posted videos grinding on random guys. I didn't call or text, just changed my relationship status and went on 3 dates. She cut her trip short when she saw the notifications. Ask yourself whether you agree with what I did next. I am 27, and this whole mess started while I was making breakfast. Jessica, my girlfriend of 2 years, walked in and casually announced that she and the girls had booked a trip to Vegas for the next weekend. We had been living together for 8 months, or at least that is what it felt like. In reality, she still kept her own studio apartment because she liked having independence, but she spent every night at my place. I asked who was going. She said Ashley, Danny, and Ray. 4 days of pool parties and clubs. I told her it sounded fun and asked if she wanted me to drop her off at the airport. That was when she hit me with the part that mattered. She said it was a girls-only trip. No boyfriends allowed. At first, I thought she just meant she did not want me tagging along. I was not planning to. Then she kept talking. No texting every 5 minutes. No constant check-ins. No being clingy. Maybe a good night text if there was time, but probably not because they would be too busy having fun. That was the first red flag, not the trip, not even Vegas, the rule itself. If someone needs you to disappear so they can be themselves, you should pay attention to what version of themselves they mean. I did not argue, I just said I got it and told her to have fun. She kissed my cheek and told me that was why she loved me. I was so understanding. Thursday came. I drove her to the airport. She was dressed like she was already headed to a club. Tiny dress, heels, full makeup, the whole thing. Right before she went inside, she reminded me not to blow up her phone. I told her I trusted her. She laughed and said, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?" She said it like it was a joke. Maybe part of her thought it was. Something felt off, but I ignored it. That night around 11, I checked Instagram out of habit. Ashley had posted a story from a rooftop bar. All 4 girls were there. Jessica was in the middle, and some guy had his arm around her waist. I told myself it could be nothing, just a photo. Then Ray posted a video. Jessica was on a dance floor grinding on some random guy while another one bought her drinks. Then Danny posted. Jessica was doing body shots off a shirtless guy who was definitely not me. And then Jessica posted her own story. She was clearly drunk, filming herself and saying it was a single ladies' weekend, that no boys allowed meant no rules. No rules. That line told me everything. I did not text, I did not call, I did not beg for an explanation. I did something simpler. I changed my Facebook relationship status to single. Then I opened Bumble. Some people will say that was petty. I do not see it that way. She had already announced the relationship was optional. I just accepted the announcement. By Friday morning, the stories kept coming. Jessica in a bikini on some guy's shoulders at a pool. Maybe the same guy from the club, maybe a different one. It almost did not matter. My phone stayed silent. No good morning text, no check-in. Apparently she was serious about the no contact rule. Fine by me. I matched with a woman named Alina on Bumble. She was a prosecutor, 28, smart, direct, and easy to talk to. We started texting that morning, and when she asked if I was recently single, I told her the truth. I had become single the day before when my girlfriend decided Vegas meant acting like she did not have one. Alina's response was simple. Her loss, coffee tomorrow. Friday night got worse. Jessica's friends posted more stories. In one, she was making out with the pool guy. Ashley even added a caption saying what he did not know would not hurt him. I screenshotted that one. Still, Jessica did not text me, but I noticed she had checked my WhatsApp profile picture a few times. She was probably trying to make sure I was still sitting at home waiting while she played single. Saturday morning, I met Alina for coffee. Coffee turned into brunch. She was funny, sharp, and actually present in the conversation. No games, no performance, no phone addiction. At one point she smiled and said it was nice because her ex used to check his phone every 5 minutes on dates. I told her my phone stayed off during dates, personal rule. She said she liked that rule. I posted a simple photo on Instagram, just my coffee and someone else's hand reaching for their cup. Alina's nails were deep red and impossible to miss. The caption said, "Perfect Saturday." Within minutes, Jessica texted for the first time since she left. "Who are you with?" I did not answer. She wanted no contact. I was respecting her boundaries. Then the calls started, 5 in a row. I declined everyone. Then came the texts. Why was my relationship status single? Who was that in the photo? This was not funny. By then I had already made peace with what had happened. When someone publicly declares themselves single and acts like it, believe them. It saves a lot of confusion later. That night, I had dinner with Priya, a woman from my gym. We got Indian food, talked for hours, and had a genuinely good time. She owned a marketing firm, ran marathons, and carried herself like an adult. After dinner, she said it had been a while since she had met someone normal on the apps. I said I felt the same and asked if she wanted to check out a food festival the next day. She said yes. I posted another photo that night, 2 wine glasses across a restaurant table. The caption said, "Exploring new cuisines." My phone exploded again. Jessica called over and over. Then the texts changed tone. "Please answer. You are ruining everything. I'm coming home now." Her friends started texting too. Ashley wanted to know what I had done. Danny said I was being immature and that Jessica deserved a girls' weekend. I blocked them all. Sunday afternoon, I checked Jessica's Instagram live from a burner account. She was at the airport with ruined mascara, crying into her phone and ranting about how I had changed my status, gone on dates, and ignored her while she was just trying to have fun. The comments were not on her side. People were calling out the stories, the grinding, the single weekend talk. She ended the live fast. Sunday evening, I went to the food festival with Priya anyway. It was fun, relaxed, and normal in a way my relationship had not felt for a while. We laughed, tried a bunch of food, and posted a selfie with wristbands that said Sunday Fun Day. That was when Jessica's mom called. I actually liked her mom, so I answered. She sounded confused and worried. Jessica had called her hysterical, and all Linda knew was that something had gone very wrong, so I told her the truth. Jessica had gone to Vegas, said no boyfriends allowed, posted videos grinding on other guys, and now she was shocked that I considered myself single. There was a long pause. Then her mom said she was sorry and that I did not deserve that. Then she told me Jessica had been claiming it was a spa weekend. I told her to check Ashley's Instagram if she wanted the real version. Then came the best part. Linda told me Jessica was demanding that I pay for her early flight home because she had maxed out her cards. I told her that sounded like a Jessica problem. Linda agreed. She said Jessica was not getting a penny. Even her own mother knew. Jessica came back Monday morning and showed up at my apartment with her suitcase, looking rough. I was working from home and watched her on the doorbell camera pounding on the door. She yelled for me to open up and said she knew I was inside. I stayed at my desk. Then she shouted that she lived there and I could not lock her out. Actually, I could. The lease was in my name only. She had insisted on keeping her own place for independence. That decision had just become very useful for me. I told her through the speaker that if she did not leave, I would call the police. She was furious. She asked if I was serious right now because of a few dances. I reminded her it was not just a few dances. It was the body shots, the making out, and the part where she declared herself single. Then I told her her stuff was already boxed up and waiting in the lobby storage area. I gave her the code. She started begging to talk. I told her, "No boyfriends allowed. Remember, I'm respecting your boundaries." The meltdown that followed was loud enough to hear through the door, but I had a client call in 5 minutes. So I muted the doorbell and got back to work. That should have been the end of it. It was not. Jessica went straight to social media and started posting about how controlling I was, how I could not handle a strong, independent woman having fun. The problem for her was that the receipts already existed. People had seen the videos. Some even reposted them in the comments. It is hard to sell yourself as the victim when the internet watched you act single in high definition. She tried turning mutual friends against me. Most of them sided with me after seeing the evidence. The few who did not were not worth keeping. Then she got more aggressive. Tuesday morning, she showed up at my gym while I was working out. She marched right up to me and demanded that we talk. I was in the middle of a set and told her no. She said I had humiliated her. I told her she had humiliated herself. I had only changed my relationship status. She got louder. Staff told her to leave. When she refused, they banned her. The next day, she ambushed me at my lunch spot. I was there with Alina. Jessica looked at her, then at me, and asked if I was really there with her. Alina, to her credit, looked more amused than rattled. Jessica tried to force me into some dramatic scene. She demanded that I tell Alina she was not my ex, so I did the opposite. I introduced Alina properly. Then I introduced Jessica as my ex. Jessica lost it. She lunged at Alina. Alina stepped aside calmly, and Jessica slammed into the table instead. Management threw her out and banned her from that place too. By then, the pattern was obvious. This was not heartbreak. This was entitlement mixed with humiliation, and it was getting unstable. Then Thursday happened. I got home and found that Jessica had broken into my apartment. She was sitting on my couch in lingerie with candles lit around the room. She smiled and said, "Surprise, baby, I forgive you. Let's make up." That was the moment even I had to stop and appreciate the sheer level of delusion. I asked how she had gotten in. She casually said she had copied my key months earlier for emergencies. I told her that was breaking and entering. She said I was being dramatic and that she was my girlfriend. I corrected her. Ex-girlfriend. Then I told her to leave or I was calling the cops. She said I would not. I did. The police arrived and found her still there, still arguing that she had a right to be in my apartment. They asked if her name was on the lease. It was not. They asked if she got mail there. She did not. She tried to talk her way around it, but there was nothing to stand on. The officer asked if I wanted to press charges. I told him I wanted her trespassed and I wanted documentation, so they issued her a trespass warning. If she came back again, she would be arrested. 2 months later, the aftermath had settled enough for me to look back clearly. Jessica's Vegas trip cost her more than the flight. The videos spread. The break-in became part of the story. So did the public meltdowns. Her attempt to reinvent herself online did not really work because people remembered. Even her own friends started dropping away. Ashley eventually posted something vague about cutting out toxic people who could not handle consequences. I got the message. Jessica moved back full-time to her studio apartment, the one she had kept while basically living at mine for free. From what I heard, money got tighter once she stopped using my place as her backup life. The last rumor I heard was almost funny. She was seeing some guy who made her share her location all the time and did not let her do girls' nights. Karma has a strange sense of humor. As for me, life got better fast. Alina and I did not turn into anything serious, but we stayed friends. She later introduced me to her colleague Sarah, and I have been dating Sarah for about a month now. Sarah heard the whole Vegas story and just laughed. Her opinion was simple. If she goes to Vegas, I am coming too, because pool parties are better with someone who actually wants to appreciate the bikini. Reasonable people really do exist. Jessica unblocked me once to send one final message. She said I had ruined everything over nothing, that she had just been dancing, and that I had thrown away 2 years for my ego. I did not answer, because that was always the part she refused to understand. She did not lose the relationship because of one dance. She lost it because she declared herself functionally single, acted like it publicly, demanded I not contact her while she did it, and then lost her mind when I took her at her word. I kept every screenshot and every video, not because I was bitter, because evidence matters when someone rewrites reality. And when a person shows you exactly who they are, loudly, publicly, and proudly, it is smart to believe them the first time. I also changed my locks and installed cameras. The trespass warning is still active, and no, she has not tried anything else since. Sarah thinks the whole thing is hilarious. She calls it the most expensive girls' trip in history, and honestly, she might be right. So here is what I learned. Lesson 1: when someone asks for freedom from accountability, not just freedom, pay attention. Those are not the same thing. Lesson 2: trust is not supposed to work one way. If they want to act single, they should not be shocked when they end up single. Lesson 3: if something feels off, do not talk yourself out of it just because you want the relationship to survive. Lesson 4: keep the receipts. Screenshots, videos, camera footage, messages. You hope you never need them, but if things go sideways, they matter. Lesson 5: consequences are not cruelty. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is step back and let someone's choices finish the story for you. What would you have done when the Vegas stories started showing up? Would you have ended it right there, or waited for her to come home and explain herself? And have you ever dealt with someone who wanted relationship rules for you but no rules for themselves?